Well, welcome my fellow travelers. Your traveling buddy here, coming to you today from Charlotte, Michigan. And I'm out here, I've been to this town many times. This is actually near Lansing. I just recently learned about an event that happened here that I wish I would have known about, because I would have been down here to film it. They actually had a soldier after 80 years that died during the attack in Pearl Harbor in 1941. He served on the Arizona, and I guess for years they did not know what happened to him. He was actually unknown. Well, recently they did, with the DNA nowadays, they I guess they figured out who this guy was. He was buried somewhere else, I think probably Arlington Cemetery or something, and they found out who he was, and he was right here from Charlotte, Michigan. Well, he was brought back here and reburied here in Charlotte. It was a big event. So let's go. I'll tell you the story about this brave man and about the big event that happened here. So travel with me, will you? Like I said, this is Charlotte, Michigan, and I'm starting out right here in the front of the courthouse here, the famous courthouse, which I have toured before. But you see all the flags that are out right now. It's because, like I said, they had a big celebration for this man. They actually brought him, blocked off the streets, had a big parade, almost like a parade for him, brought him back. They actually brought him in at Grand Rapids at the Gerald R. Ford airport, and then they drove him here. Yeah, how the whole thing had the those bikers that lead a lot of them. I'll show some pictures of that. But yeah, I wish I would have known about this. I didn't know about it until weird. It's like I live in Lansing and I live over by the airport there, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I heard this big loud plane. Oh my God, I was like, what the heck was that? I mean, it was loud. Loudest sounds I've ever heard. I hear planes all the time, but I'm never that loud. But I looked up and there was these fighter jets flying right over my house. And even everybody in Lansing were like, what the heck's going on? Everybody hear that? And that's when we learned that they had this funeral for this soldier right here in Charlotte. I guess they had the planes flying over and everything. They gave him a full funeral, which is cool that they did that. So I figured to start right here in front of the courthouse, because they do have the war memorial here. You see that, in memory of those who gallantly served in the wars of our country. Of course, they got all the names. Oh, not on the back there. But they have another one here, Medal of Honor. And this guy was a Medal of Honor. See right here, it says, actually that was from the event. Actually, he was in the Navy. It's a Medal of Honor. This Medal of Honor, the citizens of Charlotte proudly dedicate this monument to memory of those our two heroes who were awarded the Medal of Honor. The Medal of Honor is America's highest military decoration for valor and combat. It is awarded to individuals who bravely, under fire in the presence of an armed enemy, goes above and beyond the call of duty. The act must be performed at a clear and risk of life, and may be proven without a doubt that the represent and indeed among the bravest of the brave. Each medal is presented personally by the President of the United States. Whenever possible, Harry S. Truman once told a recipient as he hung the medal around his neck, "I would rather have this medal than be president." And here's a couple of the ones here. Francis S. Flaherty, Ensign, U.S. Naval Reserve, World War II, 1941. Citation. And then Michael Hudson, Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps, Civil War, 1934 to 1991. Citation. But right here, this is the one. I mean, this isn't his grave, but Francis L. Flaherty, for conscientious devotion to duty, extraordinary courage, and complete discarded of his own life above and beyond the call of duty during the attack on the fleet of Pearl Harbor by Japanese forces on December 7th, 1941, when it was seen that the USS Oklahoma was going to capsize and the order was given to abandon ship. Ensign Flaherty remained in a turret holding a flashlight to the remainder of the turret crew who could see to escape, thereby sacrificing his own life. Ensign Flaherty was Michigan's first Medal of Honor recipient during World War II. So that's why he was dedicated, and they recently found his remains. I said he was in a I guess when he died, when it flipped over, I thought it was the Arizona, but he was in the Oklahoma. But yeah, they found his remains, and he was, I guess they couldn't identify him at the time. And I said now with DNA, they actually found him. I guess they're actually finding a lot of soldiers now that are unmarked graves, or let's say an unknown. Wow, these are some brave men. I mean, look at that. Their family's got to be very proud. Like this on the sidewalk here, or on the thing here, says "Peace to all." Oh, he's got those other things marked here too. It says, "Be kind. It comes nothing." Oh, a smile. It can smile. God bless you. But yeah, right here the American flag. And notice too that, of course, the flag's at half staff. So you can see where they had the, probably had a dedication right there. They had the little podium out. You can imagine that. I mean, that man sacrificed his life to save others. He could have just ran and saved his own, stayed behind, and lost his life at the same time. incredible. Let's go over to the cemetery now, and I'll show you his grave. I'll tell you a little bit more about it.
A Michigan sailor who lost his life in the attack on Pearl Harbor have returned to his home for burial. Francis Flaherty was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for saving lives during the attack. News 8's Kyle Mitchell has more on how he's being remembered.
Family and friends gathered here at the Gerald R. Ford International Airport to welcome the sailor's remains home after nearly 80 years. After decades away, Francis Flaherty will finally be laid to rest.
Goosebumps and tears, that's the mix of emotions.
His nephew John Flaherty and family came to the Gerald R. Ford International Airport to see the casket be escorted home.
His whole life was one of a short duration, but great honor.
Flaherty was awarded the Medal of Honor for helping others escape the USS Oklahoma as the ship was sinking.
He was manning a gun turret during the attack. Oklahoma was struck with 3 Japanese torpedoes and almost immediately started to sink. It rolled over in less than 15 minutes. And he stayed in the gun turret, escorting his crew outside of the turret to safety, but perished as the ship rolled over.
Flags lined the exit to the airport as the motorcade headed to the sailor's hometown of Charlotte, just outside of Lansing.
We could think of no better place for Fran's remains to lie in Charlotte with his younger brother Edward and his mother and father.
Flaherty's remains had been buried as unknown and were accounted for in September of 2019 through a military DNA testing program.
Started making arrangements for the return of Fran's remains to his hometown, and we were all set for 2020, and then of course the pandemic broke out and delayed things.
Now Francis Flaherty will be laid to rest. The mystery decades long finally solved. Funeral services are scheduled for 11 a.m. Saturday in Charlotte at the Gerald R. Ford International Airport. Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
Now I come over here to Maple Hill Cemetery right here in Charlotte, and figured before we find his grave, just as I was coming in, I've never been to the cemetery before, but as you can see all these war soldiers here. We got a whole spot right here to like probably Civil War soldiers. M.T. Smith, Saddler, Colonel A. 8th Michigan Infantry. G. Bishop, Company 1, 175 Ohio Infantry. P.H. Freighter, P.O. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. Company D, 24 Michigan Infantry. Juno M.A. White, or A. 80. I don't know. I'm not sure. Can't read that too well. Company G, 8 Ohio Infantry. J.C. Hedgeland, Company B, Michigan SS. Well, here we go, right here, see? They do have this guy that we're visiting in memory of Francis L. Flaherty, Frederick O. Whiting, Morrison Mays, Donald Dolson, John N. Diamond, Norman Duell, Robert Bishop. So yeah, they have a memorial to him right here. This isn't where he's buried at. But yeah, look at all these old tombstones here. All these brave men. Well, sirs, I salute you and thank you all for your service. Rest in peace. Okay, I just found this thing on Find a Grave and look for GPS where he's located at, and this is GPS. I'm right here and he's up there, so he's not very far. So I don't have to drive, I can just walk, which is okay. So let's go find his grave. As I'm looking for him, I did find another one here. Soldier. J. I can't really read that. It's kind of real faded and dark. Which, yeah. So I'm getting close. You can see there. So he's got to be right around here. There's some more soldier ones. It's this one. Got to honor all of them, you know. Let's see. Rule O. Butler, PFC, U.S. Army, World War II, May 16th, 1913 to July 27th, 1983. No, so this one over here, this one's kind of weird. I've never seen a tombstone like this. That one's kind of interesting looking. There's a soldier right next to him. Jonathan D. Butler. Oh, same as up there. March 3rd, 1919. Must be a family member. It's kind of interesting. Look at this one. Frederick E. Letter Jr., 1861 to 1899. Look at that stone. It's real glittery. Wow. Well, Frederick, I salute you and thank you for your service. Another one here. Clyde A. Fulton, 1891 to 1989. His family plot. Well, Clyde, thank you for your service and I salute you. Here we are, guys. Here he is. You see all the hay on there? They just freshly buried him. Francis C. Probably gonna murder the name. Flaherty. Medal of Honor. Ensign, U.S. Navy, World War II. March 15th, 1919. Died December 7th, 1941. During the attack on Pearl Harbor. Right there, and that's where he's buried at. Wow. Very brave man. You know, died so young. Rest in peace, Francis. And I want to thank you for your service. And welcome home. Welcome home, Francis. Now, normally I say I don't like when they disturb somebody's resting place, but in this case, I can accept that. Brought this man home. Brought him home to his family after being lost for so many years. Thank you for all you guys do. All you soldiers. Rest in peace. Now he's buried next to his family, his parents. I think that's his mother there, Gertrude M. Flaherty, 1888, and she died in 1932. Francis F. Flaherty, must have been named after his father, 1870 to 1932. So they both died in 32. Wow. And then this is his brother, Edward E. Flaherty, 1920 to 1966. And now here's Francis. I see people is doing that where they put the pennies on there, so I'm going to do the same thing to visit the show that I visited him. There you go, Francis. Rest in peace, buddy. Alright, my fellow travelers, that's going to be about it for this little trip to Charlotte, Michigan to visit the grave of Francis C. Flaherty. You know, these men are brave. Way braver than me. I don't think I could do it. I'd be one of the ones, I hate to admit it, I'd be running. Just trying to save my life. You know. But this man stayed behind to save his fellow brothers, basically. These were his brothers, and he saved them. I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't try to save some people, you know, but I was never one to want to go to war. I like life too much, hate to admit it. But thank you for these kind of men that fought for our freedom. And you know, that way I can get out and do stuff like this. If it wasn't for men like this, my freedom would be gone probably. You know, some dictator would come along and take over, and then we'd be behind walls or whatever. But because men like this, very brave. And I'm glad he's home. Welcome home, Francis. Welcome home. And rest in peace. I salute you. So, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Share me out. Share me out on all the social media. Tell your friends, tell your family about me, so I can continue traveling and showing you cool stuff and telling you stories about cool people like Francis here. Also, leave me a comment. Any comments appreciated. Any ideas for me to do? Let me know. I just might show up and do it. So until next time, my fellow travelers, you have a blessed day, and I'll see you around the mitten.